CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video, and in today's video, guys, we finally did it. We made it. Well, not finally. We did it early for once. We made it up to Diamond. Rank 21, Global 91, number 4 in Canadian, which is pretty sweet. And yeah, we're going to walk you through everything that we had to do to get here. Before we get into it, I want to give a big shout out to my friend Aspie. He was helping me on stream with these hits. We both had the same kind of tech, so it was very helpful to go through this. So this is the base that we were using. Now, the thing with this season is the base doesn't really matter because it's not really defensive. It's very offensive. And yeah, so we'll go over the stats that we have. So we got some extra GB. We backfilled it a little bit today. And I felt like it was worth it because it meant early diamond. So that's where we're at. Let's go over the texture here now. So you see we went back, we grabbed a couple of things. Number 1 was the gunbutt energy for 40%. And number 2 was this troop health because it was only 18 keys. Now, I was looking at this troop health for 24 keys, but wouldn't have made sense because we went through the top path. We also got critters today. I think we actually got machine guns today too, so I ranked up twice. I went from rank 19, I went from 18 to 19, and that was because of the critters. And then we got this troop health and the gunbutt energy on the next chest, and that was 21. So we'll talk about all that, and it's all offense. It's no defensive anything. That's been working for us right now. And yeah, so I think the next step is to get DVD, but we'll cross that bridge by the time we get to it. I don't want to get too far ahead. I know most of you guys might not be at this point or are trailing behind a little bit, which is totally okay. If you're not at 5ER yet, get to 5ER and get to critters. That's really that's the main thing I would think. You don't have to get the extra machine guns. I would go, if I was further behind in tech, I would go rifles, machine gun, troop health, don't upgrade it, DVD, grab the critters at that point, and then GBE, and then as you're saving for 6, upgrade these 3. I think that's what I would do. I wouldn't necessarily backfill if you don't have to. Because think of it this way, even though, yes, I made 21, I also went back and I spent, 18 plus whatever this was, 22. I spent like 40 keys to get there, to get the 22 keys. So does it make sense? I don't know. We'll see in the long run who wins. But for right now, I think that was pretty good. So let's go over the attack, because the attack is the interesting part of this. So there's a few different bases. I think we've got all of them in the log here. This one's pretty standard. These are all 5ER bases we're going to go over. So this guy had DVD. I would advise against going out of your way to get the DVD and upgrade it, because from everything I've heard and seen and played against, it doesn't do anything. So don't go out of your way to get DVD. So this attack is all about basically flaring this engine, flaring this engine, flaring this engine, and then flaring this engine. And in between, what are you doing? You're doing speed serums, you're removing the shock mines with the critters, and you're doing something on this side to get rid of this engine. Sometimes there's 2, usually there's just the 1. So basically the rule of thumb is if there is a bunch of defenses on this side, you want to use critter cannons, because the critters will take out all that stuff. If there's nothing, if it's totally naked, you want to use 2 boats of Rainmakers. And you can speed serum them sometimes if you're going to fly through the base, or you can just let them go and save your gunboat energy. If you have, I don't know, I would say less than 150, I would conserve it. If you have 200 like I do, spend it, because you got lots of it. So we'll see how this plays out right here. So you can see the critters on the left doing their thing, and then that flare over to the left side is really important. That's where the attack is kind of won or lost if you get hung up on a shock or a shock mine. So like I said, we're clearing the shock mines. We're clearing the shock mines with our critters, and you want to shock the shock launcher with the shock on your way over, because you don't want to get pinned. You don't want to get slowed down here in the middle at all. If you get slowed down at any part of this hit, you will lose. Except for maybe the very end. The very end, you got a little bit of maneuvering. So you can see right here, this engine's about to go down, even with just those little critters left. Because by the time that the shock launchers really come into range on this left side, they've already got so much other crap to look at that they're not interested anymore in the long range stuff. They're only focused on what's directly in front of them. So we can slow it down here. Once we get down to this point, you pretty much want to be under speed serum the entire time that your critter launcher tanks are moving. And then this very last part of the attack, you can throw your speed serum. I like to throw it in the middle so it hits the tanks and it hits the critters at the same time as the engine. You can make the argument we're throwing it on the engines better because it's going to hit less the defenses, but the defenses don't do anything. This is pure offense, pure speed serum, pure blitz, blitz, blitz. That's what your mindset needs to be on these attacks, is I don't care, you know, if something bad happens, I want to go as fast as possible. Let's go to the next one. That was very similar to the last base, so we'll skip that one. And yeah, I don't think there's any defenses we can get, at least right now, that are going to help us out. So this guy was a lot beefier on the left-hand side. You can see he's got building health, he's got rocket launchers, he's got a lot of extra D, and he's got green mines. So he's got a lot of extra defenses. And you'll see it's the exact same thing that we just showed you. So critter launchers on the left with the speed serum. That's going to be enough to take down all this crap. 2 proto rifles, 1 Zuka, and then 3 critter launcher tanks on the right. And we're basically just getting these guys up, shooting a lot, and then move them. Get them across the screen. Critters on the shock mines that are going to be a problem. Shocks on the shock launchers that are going to be a problem. Speed serum and flare. Okay, so then we'll take a look at what that actually looks like. So, farming critter launchers, there's lots over there. As soon as you have enough critter, I was late on the critters there, but as soon as you have enough critters from the critter cannons on that engine room, then move them to the other side. There's no benefit of having them sit there, because most of those critters are just going to walk up there and die anyways. So this point, this side is done. We don't have to look at it anymore. This engine, I probably did this a little bit late, if anything. You want to keep moving them. As soon as there's enough critters on the engine, move them. You don't want them to sit there. So yeah, there we go, and then flare, and then flare, and then that's going to be the last. This is where the speed serum is really important, because as soon as they're not under speed serum, that can take a very long time, especially with the building health. So yeah, in this kind of base, I don't know. Like I said, guys, the base isn't really doing much. They're all kind of the same. Pick one that you like that's easy to build. The good thing is there's not a lot of defense on the field right now at 5ER, so a lot of these bases are fairly easy to put together. So that is where we are at for today, and I hope that helps you out. So you guys let me know what you think down below in the comments. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next one. Chicken out. Back.